In a couple of weeks we will hear the words from John's Gospel, from the first chapter and verse 14. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. And truth has been in the news this week. In fact, it always seems to be in the news in one way or another. Whether this is one of the many investigations or trials, for example, Grenfell, Manchester Arena bomb, Hillsborough, etc., etc. The truth about what happened a year ago, in what allegedly seems like some inappropriate gatherings in the places of power, when many others were seeking to follow the guidelines at great personal cost to themselves and their families. I'm not a lawyer, but I have lived long enough to see the effects of truth being suppressed and stories twisted for personal gain at the expense of transparency. It can sometimes take years before the real story emerges. Perhaps sadly this is the weakness of our human condition. And maybe this is why the birth of Jesus, the earthly life he lived and his character, led John to conclude on reflection that we have seen in Jesus both grace and truth. By grace, I think John is speaking about the humility of Jesus, his vulnerability, his willingness to forgive, his compassion of those who suffer. And by truth, I think he is talking about a light that exposes what is false. He cuts through the darkness and sees the reality of our mistakes. And as I go away now and try to work out what defines a Christmas party and get worked up by the shenanigans of others, I ought to pray, Lord, shine a light on my life, lest I become too critical of others and not open and honest before you this day. I need your grace and your truth. Amen.